If you think your borrowing capacity is limited, you're already playing a wrong game. In 2026, I've seen people increase their borrowing capacity by $100,000 to even $200,000 plus without even earning a single extra dollar. The scary part, most people are doing things every day that are actually reducing how much they can borrow. So if you're serious about buying property or building a portfolio, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Anubhav from FindMyRealEstate, and one thing I see again and again, people don't have an income problem, they have a borrowing strategy problem. But the truth is, property investing is not about how much you earn, it's about how much your bank is going to lend you, and that number it's completely manipulatable if you know what you're doing. Let's start with something simple. We saw interest rate cuts in 2025, but they're starting to go back again in 2026, and it may rise further. Most people just sit and wait for their banks to reduce rates. Big mistake. Banks are businesses. Some reduce rates, some don't, some quietly offer better deals, and you won't even know what just happened. And when interest rates go up, they're the first ones to also increase your rates. Are you going to be at the mercy of the bank? I've seen clients refinance and instantly increase their borrowing capacity by 10 to 15% without changing anything. Your banks are not loyal to you, so why should you be? Big mistake. Number 2, thinking your credit card doesn't matter. This one destroys borrowing capacity rapidly, and people still don't get it. And don't tell me I pay it off every month. The bank does not care. If your limit is $20,000, in their eyes, you've already spent $20,000. Even your bank balance on your credit card is zero, which means your borrowing capacity is already reduced. I've seen people increase borrowing capacity by $50,000 plus just by reducing credit card limits. So if you're serious about increasing your borrowing capacity, stop ignoring the small things. Another costly mistake, choosing a lender based on interest rate. This is where most people lose serious money. Not all lenders assess you the same way. Same profile, 2 different banks, completely different borrowing outcomes. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 lenders, they all have different appetite to give you the money. Once you give you $500,000, another one will give you $650,000. Some may even lend you privately for $900,000 depending on what security you have. And yet people still chase the lowest interest rate. Let me reframe this for you. Saving a slightly lower rate today can cost you your next property tomorrow, because a wrong lender doesn't just affect the purchase, it limits your future move. If you actually want to build a portfolio, you need a right lender, not just the cheapest one. Another thing most people don't understand is loan structuring and terms. The way your loan is structured directly impacts how much you can borrow next. For example, extending your loan term from 25 to 30 years reduces your repayments and increases your borrowing capacity too. Now I know what you're thinking, I'll pay more interest. Yes, if you hold that loan for 30 years, that's true. However, the idea is to actually use the right strategies as a smart investor and try paying that down as early as possible through the right portfolio. But smart investors know how to play the game. They refinance, they reposition, they build today and not wait for things to happen and hope for the best, for borrowing capacities to increase or relying on your incomes to go up. Another big mistake, thinking short term. People focus on how much can I borrow today. Smart investors ask, how do I structure this so I can keep borrowing tomorrow? Because your first property will either unlock your portfolio or completely block it. And once you get that wrong, it's really hard to fix. You can refinance, but it's costly. Biggest mistake of all, getting your strategy wrong. Negative gearing. People focus on how can I get money back from ATO as I pay too much tax. Smart investors ask, how do I structure my portfolio to optimize taxable income? You really need to focus on right goal. What is it that you want in short term and long term? Is it capital growth, cash flow to retire, or both? And once you get that wrong, it can take years to recover. For those already in their mid 40s and 50s, think twice before what you're doing, because there's no going back. If you're serious about investing in 2026, stop thinking like an average investor. Start thinking like an astute 1% investor. At Find My Real Estate, we don't just help you buy a property. We help you structure your borrowing, your strategy, and your next 3 to 4 moves that's going to give you the right outcome to match your goals. And if you're not stuck after your first purchase, or you're just simply stuck with a portfolio that is not growing or generating cash flow, you really need to understand your borrowing capacity better and how to increase it. Book a discovery today, and we can help you look at that as well.